I've just deposited $260 into a brand new Forex trading account. In today's video and from now on, I'm going to be documenting this journey and see how much we can make off this Forex account in our first day, which will be today, in our first week, which will be starting next week, Monday, our first month, our first year, and then maybe 5 years down the line. See how far we can go and grow this Forex account. If you want to follow this journey with me, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be posting videos once a week, maybe twice a week, updating you on this account. I will also create a whole playlist down below. So I'm going to add each and every video that I make on this Forex account into a playlist so that you can watch every video from beginning till end, which I'll leave in the description of each and every video. I'm very excited to be documenting this journey with you guys. Before we get started, my name is Jay, your no-BS South African online entrepreneur and coach and Forex trader from Port Elizabeth, documenting my journey over here on my YouTube channel on various ways that I've been making money online. Recently, I've been transitioning full-time into Forex trading, making money online with Forex trading, and on my YouTube channel, I'm very passionate in teaching that. I don't charge for Forex courses. All of my content is on my YouTube channel for you to learn completely for free. So I just came over to Globex360, created an account over here on my dashboard. You can make a deposit into a real trading account. Globex360 will then send in your live login details to this account that you've now deposited to for the Meta 5 Trader app over here, which is the official trading app that I use. Go and get this on Google Play Store or Apple App Store and log in with your Globex360 account and your balance will appear over there. Secondly, I go and use tradingview.com to go and analyze the markets. One of the most amazing tools any Forex trader could possibly ask for. Honestly, this tool has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars with Forex trading simply because I've been able to analyze the markets so easily with this tool. Just to quickly explain what all I've got on my graph over here, as you can see on the bottom left, starting from bottom to top, my first indicator that I've got is called the moving average convergence divergence, which is a very handy tool that tells you when the market's going to turn into a bullish or a bearish trend. If you have a look here, this line graph represents the market in line with the up top piece over here. Whenever this orange line crosses through this blue line, market has now turned into a bearish trend. Whenever the blue line crosses the orange line, market has now turned into a bullish trend. So this is a great indicator I use to identify bullish and bearish trends. Secondly, I go and use the RSI indicator over here called Relative Strength Index. You've got 2 points on this RSI indicator over here, 30 and 70. Whenever this line graph is close to 70, it is an indication that this market is now at a high and the odds of it coming back down is very much soon. When it's close to 30, market is at a low, the odds of it going back up is pretty soon. Take a look at this. RSI came all the way down to nearly 20, 18.30 over here, and market started to go up, indicating this market was now at a low. These are just my 2 indicators I go and use to identify bullish and bearish trends. Now, as a trader, you cannot solely rely on this. This is extremely risky. Third analysis that I use is called order blocks, major key levels, and market structure. So what we're going to go and do is we can come over to any Forex pair over here. I'm going to log in on my phone now, go and trade and have a look and see how much we can turn this $260 into today. So I'm going to come over to Great British Pound versus the US dollar over here. And the first thing I will do is I will come over to the day chart. I'm just going to remove all my drawings. Here you can see if I click on trend line over here, let's go and draw our first trend line. And we're going to go and draw our second trend line. And over here you can see right now, take a look at this. So the last couple of weeks, this market was at a massive downward trend. As of recently, end of December, beginning of January, Great British Pound versus US dollar started turning the other way because this market broke through this top resistant line, retested it, and now it's going back up. Whenever a market retests a key level like this over here, you know to either place your buy or sell. If it breaks through, retests, you buy or sell. If it doesn't break through, if it tests it, comes back down, retests it, you place your sell. Over here would be your buy because it broke through, retested, and your green candle over here was your confirmation for a buy. So let's go and have a look at more depth into this chart. I'm going to come over to the 1 hour chart. And let's go and do some order block drawing. If we have a look here, now I go and place some order blocks. Order blocks is very simple to understand. All you do is you draw a line at the lowest point of a candle before the market swings the other way. So let me zoom in. Let me just quickly remove this so we can see more of the market here. For example, over here, the market is at a peak. You draw a line on the bottom of this green candle before, which is the last candle before this market swings the other way. Your next order block would be over here. Market comes down, Here's a green candle over here. Bottom of this red candle before the market swings the other way, your next order block would be here and here. Now I want you to notice something. Take a look at every time the market touches the bottom order block, it shoots back up. Retests, shoot back up. And every time it touches the top, touches it, shoots back down. Touches it again, which is your retest. So this market is now a good opportunity for a sell. Secondly, you can see RSI is high. This orange line on the MACD indicator is going to soon pass the blue, which indicates this market's now going to go to a bearish trend. So let's go and trade this. I'm now on MetaTrader 5 on my mobile device. I've got the iOS application. You can see over here, if I come back to my trade, there's my balance of $264.50, which was more or less 4,000 Rand as it was in my local country's currency. We are then going to come over to Great British Pound versus USD, which is this market over here. And here you can see up top here is the same order block as this section over here. Now, one thing I do want to explain is when order blocks form and it shoots through the order block like this, comes back down, this is what you call a fake out. This happens more than what it actually doesn't. The only way to confirm that it is a fake out, you wait for the red candle to form back to the order block. Once the next one forms, that's your confirmation for a sell. If it's going to break through confidently, it will do something like this. Green candle will form, red candle will form, but then more green candles will form. There wasn't a second red candle that formed back below this retest level over here. That's a great way to identify if a market is going to break through the order block or not. But let's come back to our market over here. Here you can see if I zoom into the 15-minute chart, your last major key level is over here where there's a form of resistance. So as you can see, you've got an order block here, an order block here. This was the order block from the 2-hour chart sometimes, and this is the order block from the 1-hour chart, which is correct. So this is your order block zone. As you can see, it's now starting to resist against it. What we go and do is we wait for a red candle to form outside of this order block zone, which is the confirmation for our sell. If it breaks through and no red candle forms, that means it's going to continue pushing up. I've just placed my trade on GBP USD at 0.3 execution size, simply because I only have $260 in my account. I can't be going and trading with 5 execution sizes. But if I come back to my chart, you can have a look here. It's also important to go and set a stop loss. I set my stop loss over here to 136,500, which is not much above this section over here, which is pretty much the next order block. So I usually go and set my stop loss to the next order block. Take profit could be your next order block over here, which would be about there. So this would be your take profit when the market comes back down. The market's busy resisting off of this top order block over here, and you can see it's busy starting to push down. On one of my trades, I decided to place another sell at the top of this point over here, which we're now in $2, $3.90 profit on our second trade. The market still has to come down a bit for our first trade to get into profits. But here you can see overall trade now is starting to hit profits. Take a look at this. So the dive is coming as I predicted, as we had resistance off of that order block, and that is why we're now seeing a dive in this market. Market's eventually starting to push down as expected, and as you can see over here, we're now starting to push back into the blue. What I might do is, because this market is at such volatility right now, and there's a lot of fundamentals in play happening, I might just close the trade at $1 profit and actually move on to a much better profitable trade just after this. So we can definitely play a much safer trade, as this market right now is extremely bullish and it can shoot up again pretty much any time. If I take a look at Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen, you can see over here I've got another major key level, which is the top of this resistance point over here and is your order block. Once this market touches this point over here, we know to go and place our sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and add an alert for the Canadian, so that I will get a notification on my PC and my phone when the market touches this point, so we know to go and place a sell. That's also one thing I really love about TradingView, is you can actually go and set different alerts on the various different markets. I'm taking a look around at some other markets over here. I came across Australian dollar versus the Swiss franc, did some analysis, and take a look at what I found so far. Over here, we've got quite a bit of a downward trend. This is our market structure over here on our resistance points. Right now, the top of this market is busy touching the top of this resistance point, which could indicate it's a good idea for a sell. RSI is quite high, but if I come over to the 2-hour chart, red candle is busy forming underneath this resistance point, which is another confirmation for a sell. And if I come over to 30-minute chart, you can see over here, red candles formed. So right now on my account over here, on my mobile device over here, you can see I've placed my sell. Market's gone up a little bit slightly, but we're going to expect this to at least dive down to the bottom of this order block over here, as your take profit should be set as your next order block. I've got my stop loss set as the next order block above. Market is starting to push down as expected. I've set my TP all the way down at the bottom of this order block over here. So this is a 15 to 30 minute time frame trade, which usually takes about an hour or two before you get to TP. So let's give it about an hour or two and let's see what kind of profits we can make. Again, one thing I want to explain with trading is never rush your trades. I trade patiently, sometimes leave my trade throughout the entire day before reaching profits. As you can see over here, we're still more or less at break even. I'll be back now when we're in profits. Eventually, about 4 hours later this afternoon, we've now hit $200 profit. So this was a great target for this trade. I'm going to go and close these trades over here, close with profit and close with profit. So over here, if I come over to my history tab, you can take a look. My balance today of the 258 deposit had a loss of $53, Great British Pound USD. This negative 258 was just like a deposit bonus that was removed. And then over here today, we've had a $210 profit with a $50 loss. So that's $160 made on our first day on this $250 account. We're now sitting at $426 from $258. If anything that I've learned from this video so far, you can make a substantial amount of money on trading with the small accounts. I mean, to be making $150 in one day on the first day on a $250 account is absolutely insane. It is really, really good returns. You do this every day, that is about $4,000 a month, excluding weekends, which is a really, really wealthy income of such a small account. I really enjoy doing these live trading videos. Of course, the market's closed tonight being weekend. Next week, Monday, markets are back open, so I'm going to be back over here trading live on this account, and we can see if we can maybe get it to $600 and hopefully buy $1,000 next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. That will be over 600% return in the first 3 days of trading on this account. Very excited to see this journey. If you want to follow it, make sure you subscribe down below with the red notification bell on, and also go and click on the trading playlist over here. I've got 10 or 11 other epic trading streams that I did on my bigger and main account, so I recommend go and click on this playlist over here, and I'll see you over there.